Major League Draft is in the books, and we're visiting now with the head coach of the Liberty Flames, Jim Toman, who's seen 3 more of his former players go in the big league draft and also a few signees as well. We'll touch on that in a moment. But, Coach, now 61 players in the history of the program have been drafted. 23 of those have come in the last 5 years. Program's really turning out some talented kids.
Yeah, that's good for the program. It's good for the kids. Kids around the country know if they come to Liberty, they got a good chance to be seen by some scouts, and it's always good. I want my players to come here, have a good experience, and get a chance to play professionally. And I'm happy for the 3 guys that got drafted this year.
We'll start with Jared Lyons, a left-hander who went in the 9th round, a senior, Big South Pitcher of the Year, outstanding numbers this year, PlayStation numbers, really. You look at a kid that he was out of Virginia, throwing about mid-80s coming out of high school, and now for him to be a 9th rounder for the Oakland A's, that's pretty special. Yeah,
I remember vividly recruiting him, and Jason Murray, our recruiting coordinator, said, "Hey, this kid's pretty good. He's got a decent breaking ball." And I said, "Well, is he 87 to 90?" Well, he's 83 to 85 and touch 86. And every now and then maybe you get an 87. I'm like, okay. I was a little hesitant. But, boy, I'm glad that Jason signed him because he was really good. In 4 years here, he had a ton of experience, ton of appearances, and then obviously had a great senior year. And I wish we would have gone to a 3rd straight regional with him. So he had another opportunity to play in the NCAA regionals. But for him, 2 regionals and getting drafted in the 9th round, he had a heck of a career here.
It added a little bit onto that velocity as well before it was all said and done. A devastating changeup for him. That said, with a guy like that can change speeds and change eye levels and stuff, what kind of success do you think he can have at the next level?
Well, I think the A's got a good one because he's polished and ready to pitch. I mean, you don't have to teach him a whole lot. Maybe hold runners, maybe a little bit better pickoff move. But he has 3 pitches for strikes. He knows how to pitch. He's running it up to 90. I think he'll go right out and do well for the A's immediately.
Look at Alex Close going in the 26th round this year to Kansas City. Kind of funny. I guess he did increase his stock by 1 round at least after last year. But going as a catcher here this year to Kansas City, a young man that pitched. He played first base, obviously, predominantly throughout his career. Finished 4th rather all-time in home runs at Liberty. What do you see Alex doing at the next level as far as catching goes?
Well, I think the Royals see value in a big 6'4" guy with power that has a good arm, and if he can figure it out back there and learn how to receive. Now, he played first here and pitched here, and we had some pretty good catchers playing in front of him. He didn't get an opportunity to catch a whole lot, but if he goes out and gets a lot of experience behind the plate, catchers move fast, and there's not that many catchers in the country, so I think they'll give him an opportunity behind the plate first, and then if it doesn't work out, Alex is very good at first. He has power, and he has a fresh arm. He hasn't pitched a whole lot in college and runs it up to 93 with a pretty good slider, pretty good changeup. So I think the Royals understand that, okay, it's going to take a while for him to figure it out behind the plate, and if it doesn't quite work behind the plate defensively, you still have a power guy at first. And then if the bat doesn't work out, you've got a 6'4" guy that throws 93, and he's pretty loose and has a pretty quick arm. So I think the Royals got a good one, and makeup-wise, you can't get better than Alex Close.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And, some of the guys that I talk to around minor league baseball will tell you that a big adjustment for catchers coming up from high school or from college is they have to learn how to call a game at the next level. That's a big part of being a pro. Is that one of the biggest hurdles that he has at this point?
Well, I think for Alex, he has a good baseball IQ. I think that part will come fairly easy to him. The part that might be hard is learn how to block and be accurate to second base and receiving the baseball. And you're going to have guys in the minor leagues. Almost all of them are going to be 90 to 95 or more with nasty stuff and sliders and split fingers and good breaking balls. So I think the receiving part of it, the blocking, and learning how to be a little bit shorter with his arm action and being a little more accurate to second. The call in the game, Alex is a really smart kid. I think he has a good idea how to call a game, even though he hadn't caught much.
Well, he had 342 this year as well, so we all know that the saying is, if you can hit, they'll find a place for you. So no questions there with Alex. But you look at Ashton Perritt, going to the Texas Rangers this year in the 24th round. Perritt, a little bit of an off year this year. I know he wasn't healthy at the beginning of the season, but you look at his body of work, a sub-3 earned run average, a lot of saves here in his career at Liberty. What do you see Ashton doing to get it turned around here this summer?
Well, Ashton had a great career for us, too. All three of them guys, we're going to miss a lot. I mean, they were just awesome kids and had a strong faith-based background to them, and they're captains, and we're going to miss all three of them. But Ashton, yeah, he had a rough senior year. He started out 10, 15 pounds. He got sick a little bit, lost some weight, struggled early. We're trying to play him in center field. We're trying to pitch him. It was a tough year for him. Now, he came on and swung the bat a little bit well lately and later in the year. I think once he gets into pro ball and concentrates fully on pitching and conditions his body that way, and he doesn't have the wear and tear of falling over bases and diving for baseballs and sliding headfirst past the bag and that kind of thing, I think that he's going to come on as a pitcher, and you'll see a guy eventually in pro ball that is bat to 90, 94 consistently with a pretty good split finger, maybe harden up his breaking ball a little bit, maybe throw more of a slider than his curveball slurve, maybe a little bit harder, but I think it'll take him a little bit of a while to get back to where he was, but if he does, he's going to do well in pro ball.
Just recently assigned to the roster in Spokane for the Texas Rangers. And speaking of the Rangers, they seem to like Liberty guys. When you think about John Nigley, Ryan Cordell, Adam Parks last year, what is it about the Rangers and the Liberty Flames?
I think the guy works hard, and the scouts understand that we got some pretty good, high-quality kids, and I think the Rangers like to recruit kids that are strong, high-character kids, and they know we got pretty good players, and them guys went out and have had some success. So, you got one guy from Liberty, why not get another? And if they do well out there, they keep coming back. And we want scouts to come back to our stadium and sign our kids and come to as many games as possible. So we're scout friendly, and we welcome them here. And we're trying to get our kids degrees, but we also want to give them a chance to play pro ball as well.
Lastly, here you had 3 signees as well get drafted. How might that affect things here coming up in the fall?
Well, we had a 4th rounder, Ryan McKenna, who's one of the best outfielders in the country. That slot, I think, is $414,000. And Ryan's a strong Christian kid, wants to come to Liberty, but he's 18 years old and someone throws $450,000 at you, he's more than likely to sign. And we would wish him the best, and we want what's best for these kids. And Nathan Trevelyan, a local kid here at Amherst County, got drafted by the Pirates in the 22nd round, and they're going to give him a big chunk of money too. So we anticipate, them 2 guys signing pro, and we wish them the best of luck. We'd love to have them here, but they have to make a decision that's best for them and their families. We also had DJ Artis, an outfielder from down in Greensboro at Southeast Guilford, can really run. He got drafted, I think, by the Red Sox in the 40th round, which is the last round of the draft, and I'm pretty sure that DJ will be here at Liberty. You never quite know until it happens, but we're hoping he comes.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have when you're losing kids potentially to the draft. It means you're getting some good players to commit to your program. Well, Coach, we appreciate your time, and, look forward to catching up with you here later on this summer to talk about some of these new guys.
Sounds good. We'll hopefully have 20 to 24 new guys. It's going to be a brand new fall and a lot of new faces, and we're excited about it.
All right, that's the head coach of the Liberty Flames, Jim Toman. My name is Nick Pierce for the Liberty Flames Sports Network.